Hello S1, S2 and S3 students of ICT. This is Mr. Marriott, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can create a Teamie story for your introduction and your goals for the year. Now, in this example I'm going to go into the ICT 1R class. So you go to your own ICT classroom in Teamie, and to create a Teamie story you need to click on the plus button to add new and story. Now, because this story is all about introducing myself and my goals for the year, I am going to call this Mr. Marriott Introduction and Goals. Make sure you put your class here, and for the description, these are my goals as well as my introduction. Let's click on Create. Now you can click here to see your story, or you click on Stories and go to My Stories. So this is the story, and at the moment there's nothing inside the story, so we need to start adding some content. So I'm going to start creating this page. So first thing I'll do is I'm going to create a heading, and this is going to be an introduction. And I'm going to use a text box. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and here I'm going to type, "Welcome to Mr. Marriott's Introduction and Goals Story on Teamie. Enjoy." And up here we can change the color, background color of the introduction title, so we can have gray or we can have this cream brown color, doesn't matter which. And down at the bottom I'm going to have another text box. This is going to be for my hobbies. Excuse me. Okay. One for hobbies and one for interests. So we're going to have two text boxes. So this one's going to be my hobbies and my interests, and this is going to be strengths and weaknesses. Alright, now I'm going to put a picture of myself on the right hand side, so I'm going to just clear up a little bit of space. Okay, and now I'm going to actually get a picture. I can either go to Gibbon or I could go to Facebook and find a picture of myself, so I'll just quickly use this one. So find a picture, right click, save the image. I'm going to save my picture on my desktop. Alright, once that's done, I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to upload my photo into my Teamie story. So I'm going to select File. Let's go to the desktop. It should be this one. Okay, beautiful. So then in a few moments you'll be able to see the photo show up. All right, it's still loading. So if you just wait a moment, it should load right there. So I can make the box a little smaller. And I'm going to move the box slightly to the right. You notice this box is actually moved to the bottom because the space has been taken up by the photo. So just move it a little bit. So there you go, hobbies and interests. So some of the things I like to do. So I like computers, technology, and running. Although I don't run that much now, but I'll just put that down. I am very interested in teaching, learning, and doing new things. So I'm just typing up. Sometimes, so strengths and weaknesses, so things that you can do really well, things you can't do so well. So in this one, sometimes for weaknesses, sometimes I can be a little slow in doing things. I have great strengths in using technology. But I am always looking to improve. Now I could add some pictures here, but I'm not going to have enough time to do that. So what I can do is I could change some of the colors. So I could have a yellow, brown, and a gray there. And here we could stretch this out a little bit, so maybe a bit more to the right. Okay, that's looking okay so far. Now we're going to add some more bits at the bottom. We now have an introduction with a nice photo. We're going to add some more parts at the bottom for goals. Now, goals, we have behavior, academic services. We also have a green goal, and we have another one as well, which I'll get to in just a moment. We could add some headings and some text boxes, but I think it'd be easier if we could use blocks. Now, with blocks, if you click on blocks, you'll be able to add a heading with multiple columns. You can see you've got this one with 4 columns. So I'm going to try this one. So each column could be for a particular goal. So now for this heading, I'm going to put my goals. And this is going to be a text box because I'm going to do some typing here. So I'm going to fill each one with text. The others are for pictures and things, which we're not going to use at the moment. So we'll just keep it simple for now. Later on, if you want to add more photos, you can. But the most important thing is add the content. So let's do that. So I'm going to make this gray. And I'm going to make this gray also. Just, yeah, that's better. Now this one, I'm going to have it, yeah, that color. Okay, wonderful. Now, could I maybe drag this down? I don't know. Let's have a look. Ooh, you have to be careful with that. Okay, it's not going all the way down, but that doesn't matter. All right, now we're going to add a title. So for the title, we're going to, this is going to be behavior. We're using all the same titles from the school diary. If you go to page 20 to 21 of your school diary, all of the goal categories are there. So activities and services, and this one is going to be academic. Oh, excuse me. Nope, it should be on the title. So for each one of these columns, we're going to add a title with the goal category name. And this one is going to be green. So for example, how are we going to save the environment? Are we going to use less plastic bottles? Are we going to use less disposable products? So one of my goals, so for example, I was very naughty last year. I want to improve my behavior by being nice to everyone. All right, I can add more to that later, but I'm just doing this to save some time for the video. Activities and services. I want to participate more in school-run community services. So for example, like buddy scheme and things like that. And I'm going to explain why. Because I have a heart to serve and, I guess, love people. I also enjoy doing this. I will participate in more activities. Okay. Again, I can clean that up later. Academic. So, for example, last year I got a D in mathematics. I will study really hard in order to get a grade A. All right, something like that. Now for green, I will use less plastic bottles and disposable products to help save the world and the environment. And again, I can add more later. Now, if I want to, I could have some different colors for each column. Let's do this and do this. Okay, there we go. So that is generally a Teamie story for the summative assignment. Later I'm going to add some more, but this is the very, very basic. So there you go. Now that is the Teamie story, and it's actually already saved. Now, if I want to share this with my ICT class, I have to change the privacy from private to custom. And I need to share it with my ICT 1R classroom. So that's all I have to do. Just change the privacy to custom and make sure it's set to ICT 1R for classroom sharing. All right, and that means that if I go into my ICT 1R classroom, oh, sorry, not that one. So if I go into my ICT 1R classroom, I should be able to find my Teamie story under Stories feed. So if I go to Stories, I should be able to find my story. Okay, and all my other classmates, once they finish their stories and they share them, I should be able to see more. Right now, I can only see one story. So if I click on this story, I'll be able to read my self-introduction and my goals. There we go. There is my story. And if I want, I could leave a comment. I could say, nice story. So you could leave a nice comment for your friends once you've read the story. And there you go. That's Teamie Stories. That's your summative assignment. Any problems, please contact me, Mr. Marriott, or your ICT teacher. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.